In this episode, we take you to 7 Kagoshima locations: a quiet garden cafe, Sogi waterfall, Shimizu Shrine, Ryumon waterfall, Ryumon waterfall observatory, Sakurajima, and Shiroyama observatory, with a special glance of our samurai house AirBNB. Cue the intro. Japan. Known for its bustling cities, gaming culture, and tourist-packed temples, to name a few, many visitors limit themselves to the few main locations of Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. There's so much more Japan has to offer. In this series, my friends and I will give you some location ideas for your future trips. Subscribe if you are new, as there are going to be a lot more locations to be posted in the future. This is your slightly informative, but fun guide to going beyond Tokyo. Kagoshima is Kyushu's southernmost city, best known for Sakurajima, a volcano visible almost anywhere in the city, which you will see later on in this video. Kagoshima is a great location to get away from the crowds and enjoy nature at its finest. Highly recommended to go in the autumn time to see all the leaves changing colors. Some typical areas to visit include the Kirishima area, where you'll find the Kirishima hot springs, and the Ibusuki area, known for its sand baths. We were unable to include those in this trip, but this is the way we decided to enjoy our trip here in Kagoshima and the 7 things we did. From Tokyo, a plane might be the best option to get here, although Shinkansen exists, and with the rail pass is a great free option to get to Kagoshima. Since I came from Fukuoka, I simply rode the train for 1 hour. Before we go any further, I want you to take a look at the AirBNB we stayed at. Not sponsored by AirBNB by any means, but I was impressed with this location. I mean, a former samurai house, the amount of detail that is in this spot will astonish you. And it's a great way to experience the quieter side of Japan. I mean, imagine sleeping to the sounds of all the outdoor creatures right outside. Peaceful, isn't it? Now, this first spot is not going to be in any travel guides, and the only reason we found it was its closeness to the Airbnb. But this cafe was super chill, with a rare outdoor seating terrace and great baked goods, not pictured unfortunately. This place is a cool spot to just chill and apparently dance around. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check it out. After filling up on breakfast, it's time to head to our first of 2 waterfalls. The first waterfall is Sogi Falls, and this is located about an hour drive north of Kagoshima and impossible to reach using public transportation. Suggest to rent a car and you will not be disappointed. Named the Niagara of the East, at 210 meters wide and 12 meters tall, the waterfall is a stunning sight. Sogi Falls Park can be enjoyed throughout the year, but it's particularly popular in spring and fall due to all the color-changing leaves. Known as Koyo, many trips within Japan during autumn focus around just to see the leaves, and this trip was no different. I mean, look at all the colors that are visible. Autumn is just my favorite season, and this is one of the biggest reasons why. Now over in the distance, you can see a heart-shaped statue, and that statue is a part of Shimizu Jinja, or Shimizu Shrine, a shrine for the god of love and relationships. You can come here to pray for good fortune, leave your bad fortunes, or even just write your wishes on these heart-shaped emma. How cool is that? The next waterfall we aim to go see is Ryumon Falls. This waterfall is close by to the Kagoshima airport and on a walking trail. Ryumon Taki, or Dragon Gate Falls, is located on the Amikakegawa River and is 46 meters high and 43 meters wide, and is noted as one of the 100 famous waterfalls in Japan. A great location to take photos or just run into the water. Also, if you enjoy hiking, there is a short hike to get to our next location, which is the observatory. This hike is well covered with trees, but is very short and should not take any longer than 20 minutes. A very relaxing hike, full of trees. Just remember to run to the observatory if you're running out of time to reach the sunset. But take in that view. Now after that sunset, we set in for the night and enjoyed a nice local onsen and some yummy food. Food photos are located on my Instagram if you so choose to see. Check it out in the description below. The second day of our trip had one main focus, and that was Sakurajima, the undeniable symbol of Kagoshima. It is an active volcano that is visible everywhere in Kagoshima City. Small eruptions occur almost every day on Sakurajima, with over 1,000 eruptions a year depending on the time period. Although volcanic eruptions are an everyday occurrence, it neither has an effect on sightseeing nor traffic. When you're watching TV in Kagoshima, the day's volcanic ash forecast will play during the weather forecast because the ash's directions will change every season. Those visiting Sakurajima and the neighboring areas should take preventative measures such as preparing a hat and not wearing contacts. While Sakurajima can be seen from several places, including the higher grounds in Kagoshima, you can actually travel to the volcano. It is accessible from the Kagoshima Port Ferry Terminal and you'll arrive in 15 minutes. Only 160 yen. And we decided to bring our car on board the ferry too. This allowed us to immediately drive all around the volcano, and it's very easy to do. If you do not have the ability to drive, there is a bus called Sakurajima Island View. It has a terminal right next to Sakurajima's ferry terminal, and it travels all around Sakurajima's major spots, including the observatory, and it only takes about an hour, and it's about 500 yen. I highly recommend the observatory it takes you to because you have many opportunities to take a time lapse that looks something like this. There is an observatory that is not accessible by the bus called the Arimura Lava Observatory, situated on Sakurajima. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Here you can see a great view of the volcano and bear witness to the many eruptions per hour right in front of your eyes. Leaving the island is just as easy as when we arrived. Drive back onto the ferry and ride off into the sunset. But not so fast! We must hurry up the mountain. Why? There's one photo location that is synonymous with Kagoshima, and it is the one spot I recommend you must include in your itinerary, and that is going up to Shiroyama Observatory. Shiroyama Observatory is one spot in Kagoshima where you can get a nice view of Sakurajima, and not just a nice view, a great sunset photo. If you are lucky, you might be able to capture a photo of the volcano with a glorious pink sunset, the ultimate prize for coming to Kagoshima. The observatory is about a 3-minute walk from Shiroyama bus stop, where sightseeing buses operating in the city, or it can be also reached in a 20-minute walk up the mountain from downtown. We were lazy and drove up the mountain, but we made it just on time to capture these shots. As we head back to the train station, we are sad that the trip had to end, but so glad for the many memories. I am especially appreciative that I can collect footage and put them together to form some resemblance of a video. I hope you appreciate all that Kagoshima has to offer and enjoyed this video. Tell me about your trip to Japan if this helped you out, and remember, join the crew and subscribe. We're going to explore so many more places because, well, the borders are closed. Alright y'all, peace out.